Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a vlog. Well, today and tomorrow I'm doing a vlog of launching my new brand, which I am super excited about. And before we really jump into the vlog and me showing you like what I'm doing for my brand, how I'm launching it, all of that fun stuff, I really wanted to explain why I'm releasing a new brand. I know that's probably the biggest question you have is why am I rebranding, especially because I just rebranded. Coffee maker's going. Hold on. Okay. We're back. So I rebranded a little bit over a year ago. Back in January of 2019, I released a new brand and I'm doing it all over again in August of 2020. So why am I doing it? Why am I deciding to release a new brand? Well, basically, there's a lot. There's a lot of reasons why, but the main thing is when we go back to that original brand launch in January 2019, I absolutely loved that brand. It was so beautiful, but I knew it was only going to be really great for booking weddings. And that was kind of the season I was in where I was 100% just focused on wedding photography. And I really wanted a brand to reflect that and to help me to book more weddings for my business. But as we keep going in my business, I have always known that I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I love doing so many different things. And I knew that I wanted that brand wasn't going to be with me forever. I knew that I was going to want to rebrand at some point to something completely different and something that's more focused on me and my personality and something that can just, or my website and my brand can really just be a home base for me, my personal brand. And then it kind of is like, and then here are all the things that I offer because I know those things are going to change as I continue to grow my brand. So that's the main reason why I rebranded. I really wanted something that just really reflected my personality. My personality was popping off the page, that people felt like they knew me without even having to meet me, and that clearly laid out all the different options that I offer besides just wedding photography. And especially for this year, as we've gone into 2020, it's been obviously if you're watching this in the future and you remember 2020, you know what's going on this year. But I haven't been doing as many weddings as I originally thought because about half my weddings so far have rescheduled to 2021. So my wedding season this year and next year is looking really spread out and I don't have as many weddings going on, which means I've been able to grow my business in a lot of other ways a lot more quickly than I thought. I've been able to start uploading 2 YouTube videos a week. I've been able to launch an online course. I launched a whole set of top products. I'm launching this new brand. So I've really been able to do so much with my business than I thought I would. I thought I wasn't going to be able to launch anything else until the end of this year because I had so many weddings on the calendar. But since so many of them are getting rescheduled, I have the time and capacity to start growing my business in other ways. So I knew that sometime this year, I was hoping by the end of this year that I was gonna be able to launch a new brand because I just knew the brand that I had wasn't getting me where I wanted to go, especially getting more into education, educating other photographers and small business owners, and now releasing branding photography, which is crazy and I'm super pumped about. But I just knew that my old brand wasn't gonna get me there and that I needed a new brand. And I was really contemplating going back and forth on whether or not I should hire like a website designer to do it or if I should do it myself. And I ended up going the route of creating the actual brand myself, and then I actually purchased a website template from a graphic designer who I absolutely love. Her name's Elizabeth with Cravey, and I actually have a 10% off coupon. It's going to be down in the description. It's the code Stephanie. You can get 10% off any of her templates if you want to check them out as well. She is absolutely a genius at making show it templates for your website, and I just love her. She's so great. I actually went the route of grabbing one of her website templates. I created the actual brand myself and then kind of plugged everything into her template, changed a bunch of things, used some pages I had created from my old brand and then just added in my new brand to it. And honestly, that's working so well for me. And it really created something that's exactly what I had in mind. I think how I did this process is not how I would recommend most people do the process. I definitely think that most people cannot create a strong brand themselves. And for me, I think what's different is I have just a really strong understanding of branding and just being able to portray yourself in a way that attracts a certain kind of client. And I knew I have a strong sense of that, but I also have a lot of experience with just like Photoshop and graphic design and designing things in general. And of course, I did buy that website template, so a lot of my website was created for me and I was able just to move things around and change things to how I wanted them. But I think that really helped me in creating my own brand. It's not just something I necessarily recommend most photographers or business owners do themselves because one, it is a lot of work. I've been logging my time and I've already put like 50 50 hours just into my new brand alone, not including launching new products, which is insane. But I also think that I just because I already had that experience, I actually wanted to become a graphic designer for a long time, and I did a lot of that in high school. So I really had that experience leading up to it, and I think that's what really helped this to be super successful. So I'm super pumped that it's out there. I'm gonna be totally honest, I am a little nervous because I feel like it's so different from what a lot of other photographers are doing, what a lot of other just small creative businesses are doing in general, and just like the brands that they're creating. I wanted mine to have a lot more personality. I wanted to not shy away from including a little bit more color. Of course, I didn't go crazy, but I do have a few more colors in my brand now. But I feel like it's so me, and it's so my personality. And I feel like you read through everything, you browse the website, and you immediately get a feel for who I am and my personal brand, and then it's clearly laying out what I have to offer if you want to work with me. So I'm super pumped about it. So my brand is launching today, which is Monday, August 3rd, which is super exciting. But I actually posted in my free Facebook group. If you want to join, you totally should join us. I actually posted in there last Friday and give you guys a little sneak peek because I had to publish everything on Friday of last week before it officially went live today, because I needed time to just work through like fixing any broken links, making sure all the pages worked, make sure the formatting was right and all of that. And I know it was going to take me several hours. I didn't want to have to work during the weekend or wake up super early Monday. So I chose to do that, and then I just couldn't hold it in, and I shared it with a bunch of you guys in my free Facebook group. So it's already just been so cool to get all of the like support and encouragement from that, and you guys have been so supportive, and I'm just so grateful for that. And it's been cool too because I haven't even really shared about the shop sale at all, and you guys have already been making purchases, which is amazing, so cool. So I want to touch on that real quick. And when it comes to launching a new brand, one thing that I really recommend you do is have a launch strategy. When I say launch strategy, what I'm meaning here is when you're leading up to your brand and you actually launch your new brand, having a strategy behind it, almost like making it into a big launch, is super important. It really helps with hype, helps with people getting super pumped about it and driving traffic to your website. And there's just so many different ways you can do this. Again, like if you know anything about launching like online courses or any sort of product, you know there's so many different ways that you can launch something. But I wanted to talk through a little bit like kind of my thought process behind my launch plan with my website. So I didn't do a whole lot of leading up to the launch. I did more so because, so when you're launching like an online course or something like that, or a new kind of photography, you definitely want to be priming. And what that means is that you want people to start seeing you as super credible in whatever that topic is, whatever that niche is. And you want to be doing that typically 3 to 4 weeks leading up to your launch. So by the time you launch, it just totally makes sense in people's minds. Like, oh my gosh, she totally knows what she's talking about. I already know that. And it totally makes sense that she's launching this. So that's what I mean when I say that. And when it comes to launching a brand though, it's not really something you can prime for. There's not really anything you need people to know that you're credible on, but there's still a lot of concepts you can take from launching something and apply it to a brand. So for me, in the couple of weeks leading up to it, I did a few different things. So the first thing that I did was a couple weeks before I launched, I did a really fun interactive quiz on my Instagram stories. And it was a really fun way just to let you guys get to know me and to be interactive with me. But then the last few questions were, what do you think that I'm launching in 2 weeks? And kind of getting your thoughts and seeing what you think I'm launching. And it was really cool just to basically include you guys in on that and let you in on, yes, something new is coming super soon that I was super pumped about. And it was just really cool to be able to get you guys excited about it already. I got so many messages asking like, oh my gosh, what is this? What are you launching? And then leading up to the launch, I just dropped a lot of little nuggets. Like I was priming more for branding photography. So I was sharing a lot of posts like on Instagram and stuff of like how to get branding photos done, how to prepare for branding photos, all of that kind of stuff, just to get you guys thinking about the fact that I want to do branding and that I'm super excited to be offering it. And I think that was super awesome. And I was also able to just drop little hints here and there in a bunch of my captions. Like at the end, I would say, and guess what? I'm launching something related to this here in about a week and a half. Are you guys super excited to know what it is? What do you think it is? And just really getting it in you guys' mind and getting you guys excited for being able to see my new brand, even though you had no idea what it was yet. Another thing I did that was super awesome is 1 week before I launched the brand, so 1 week ago from today, I shared on my Instagram stories that there was 1 week left left until the big reveal, until I revealed exactly what I was launching and getting more guesses on what it was. I had like a little question box on my Instagram asking you guys what you thought it was. And it really was cool just to start the conversation. I started sharing all the responses I was getting to that question box, and then I was getting DM responses to those reposts, and people were just like so curious, like, what in the world is this? And I was sharing DM responses and like what you guys were guessing and all of that, and it was just really fun getting to interact with you guys. But also only 2 people guessed that I was launching a new brand. So most people still had no idea what it was. They knew I did reveal that I was launching branding photography, but I said that wasn't the main thing I was launching, that there was something really big I was launching that had nothing to do with that. So it was super, super fun just to really hype it up a little bit and to get you guys like, oh my gosh, what in the world is she launching? And it gets people excited for when you actually do launch, and it gets them just really excited to see what it is, and it builds that excitement up really, really well. So those are the main things I did leading up to my launch, is really just hinting at it in my Instagram captions, giving countdowns, doing that 2-week out quiz, doing that 1-week out Instagram questions box, and then sharing those responses. That was really awesome, and just getting people excited to see what it was I had to offer and see what I was gonna reveal. So that was super fun to do with you guys. And then kind of leading up to today, so I told you guys that I did end up dropping it in my Facebook group, and that was a very strategic move as well, because I wanted the people in my Facebook group to, one, feel like they actually were VIPs, because that's what they are. They're kind of a part of my more inner circle of the people that follow me, and I wanted them to feel like they're on the inside scoop of that. So I got a lot of great interaction on that, just sharing about my new brand, how excited I was about it, how they were getting a first look at it before I released it to the public. So that was kind of something fun that I was able to do. And then what's happening right now, so it is currently 10:18, and so I had an email scheduled to go out to my email list at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it should have all sent out by now. And what that means is everyone on my email list is getting an email basically, Emmy, what are you doing? She's trying to play. But I sent everyone on my email list an email basically saying my new brand is launched. You can go check it out. Here's the link. I released a blog post talking about why I released a new brand, basically everything I'm sharing with you guys today. And that email has been going out. So I'm planning to check my email soon and see if you guys have interacted with it at all and what questions you guys have and all of that. I'm planning to post about it on social here right when I'm done with this. So I'm kind of giving a first look to my email list for probably about an hour before I release it to the online public, and I'm going to be sharing about it as an Instagram post. I'm going to share about it on my Instagram stories. I'm going to be sharing about it on my Facebook page and then in my Facebook group. Those are the main places on social media I'll be sharing about my new brand. So I'm so excited. Like, I can't even describe how excited I am to have this out, because I feel like it's just going to push my brand forward so much. Like, I'm so pumped. So I'm really excited to see what you guys think about it. I'm going to go ahead and start working on those social media posts. And I want to say too, with a lot of this stuff, I prepped all this stuff ahead of time. So I prepped all of the emails ahead of time that I wanted to send out. I prepped all of the social media posts I wanted to send out. I left some things for today and tomorrow for the launch, but we need to talk about the shop sale. That's another thing that I did not talk about when it comes to launching. So when it came to launch my new brand, another thing I did, I have an online shop with a bunch of products. Right now, it's mainly for photographers, help them grow their businesses, like workflows and presets and all of that. But I am doing a shop sale. I'm doing it today through the end of tomorrow at midnight Eastern Standard Time, which I'm really excited about. And I'm excited to see how it goes, because in the past, I launched like an online course. I launched a whole set of shop products, but I have not put a sale on my entire shop yet. So I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if I should expect a lot of sales or just a little bit here and there. Like, I don't know. I'm not really sure. And I'm trying something different too. I'm doing a 2-day sale. So it's just today and tomorrow. So it's going to be a little bit more faster paced than the sales I'm used to, because when I've launched things in the past, it's been Monday through Friday, which is pretty typical when you're doing a sale. So we'll see how this goes. I'm super interested to see. I wanted to do a sale on my shop, because I was going to do one in July, and I decided to wait until I launched my new brand. So it kind of made sense, because I'm already getting all of that website traffic from releasing a new brand, and I might as well just use that to also promote a shop sale. So anyway, so I think that's all I'm gonna tell you guys for now. But I'm gonna go work on those social media posts and kind of bring you guys along. And I'm gonna keep you guys updated over the next few days as the brand launch goes on and how it's going, how the shop sale's going. I'll do a recap at the end, probably on Wednesday, because it'll end at midnight. I'll do a recap of the shop sale and exactly like how much I made and all of that fun stuff. So we'll see how this goes. Hey guys, and what is up? So today is kind of day two of this vlog, but my sale ended a couple of days ago and I really just wanted to recap how everything went, sit down, chat with you guys about it. I didn't do a recap during the sale because things were crazy. Lots of emails, lots of DMs, which is always super, super fun, but just answering lots of you guys' questions about what I was offering, all the different things, new product, the branding photography, all of that. And it's just been so fun to chat with you guys. But I really wanted to sit down and really give you guys a breakdown of how the launch went and how I'm feeling about it and all of that fun stuff. So I first just wanted to talk to you guys about kind of how I'm feeling with the launch and how I feel that it went and how excited I am just to have my new brand out into the world. So I am super pumped about it. I feel like I just feel so much more clear going forward about where my brand is and what it's about in my website, reflecting that. So I'm very excited about that. It's super fun to just get so much great feedback from all of you guys and how much that you love the new brand. And I had one thing that really came up over and over is I had so many of you guys saying that it really did seem like me and my personality, and how encouraging it was for you guys just to see me kind of stepping more into who I am and not worrying about what other people are doing with their brands or what they look like, or my brand being different from a lot of those in my industry, but really just stepping into what I want my brand to be and how it reflects me and my personality so well. And I had so much great feedback about that from you guys, and that was just super encouraging. I did get a couple of messages during the launch about just like wondering why I was rebranding and going in such a different direction in my business, and really focusing on educating other photographers, small business owners, just growing my brand in that way instead of just focusing on weddings. So it was interesting to get some of those comments and reactions, like it was a little bit shocking for some of you guys, but I do think overall I got awesome feedback, and I'm really excited about that. And I think this is actually a little bit crooked. I'm so sorry. I just realized that. Hold on. And let's see if we can get it down just a little bit. Okay, well, that might just have to be good enough. But I did get a lot of really awesome feedback from so many of you guys just really loving the new brand. A lot of you guys loved the shop sale. It definitely really paid out in doing a sale and using that traffic I was already getting to my website because of my new brand and doing a sale in the shop as well. I also wanted to break down a few things about the launch, and in particular for the shop sale, and really break down how much I made, how much was on Facebook ads, how much was organic, and all of that fun stuff. So I really wanted to just kind of break this down and share this with you guys, not in a way to brag at all, but almost to show you what's possible and what I'm doing in my business and how I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I do have my laptop pulled up in front of me with some of the stats that I'm gonna walk through with you guys. And the first thing that I really wanted to share with you guys is how much I made overall, and then kind of break down where those sales were coming from. So right now my shop products are available in 2 different places. So I have some hosted in Kajabi, which is more my courses or anything that has videos that are related to a shop download. And then another place where I host some of my shop products is Shopify. And there's a few reasons why I separate those out, but I won't go too deep into it right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and share with you how much I earned on each of those platforms, because it's 2 different things, and then kind of combine that number and tell you what the overall sales was for 2 days. So this launch was 2 days. It ended on Tuesday at midnight and started Monday morning. So from Kajabi, I in total for those days, and I am actually counting starting from the following Friday or the previous Friday as well, because I had a little surge in some of you buying over the weekend, and I wanted to make sure to include that because my site actually went live on Friday, and then Monday is when I officially announced it everywhere. So anyway, so starting from Friday all the way through the end of Tuesday, August 4th, I made $2,460. That is on Kajabi, and from my shop sale, sale, and then through Shopify, I made $588 in that same amount of time. So when it came to my actual shop sale, in total, adding those two together, I made $3,048. Now, I do want to break down how I was using Facebook ads to also help increase my shop sales, because that was a huge part that played a role in this. So if you look to your screen, the first thing you're going to see is a little screen capture from my Facebook ad for my joyful posing prompts. So something that I really wanted to do with this launch when it came to my Facebook ads is to also be pushing my posing prompts specifically in an ad, because it's a lower price product. So when it's on sale, it's $12, and originally it is $14. And in my last launch for my shop products, I saw this to be the best converting ad and best converting product when it came to pushing it to a cold audience on Facebook. So when I say cold audience, that means that it's not someone who follows me, not someone who knows about me, not someone who even knows about the launch or the rebrand or anything, but it's literally just someone who's seeing my ad for the very first time and probably have no idea who I am. So when we look to the screen, this is the screen capture of the results from that ad. And you can see I had 39 purchases, so at $12 a purchase, that means that this ad generated $468. And that means that I was spending $487 per purchase to have those people purchasing my product. And this definitely, when I broke it down into day 1 and day 2, I don't have the stats on me right on hand, but I did a lot of tweaking when it came from day 1 to day 2 because I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. And day 2 performed even better than this as far as how many people were downloading, how much I was spending on that. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. I did spend $190 on ads and I made $470. So because it was only a 2-day sale, it made it a little trickier as far as testing ads, running ads, and seeing what was working, and then doing that for the rest of the sale. Normally, I would be able to keep running these ads like through a 5-day sale and see even better results because I'm able to test things, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out for just being a 2-day sale. And then the second category of a Facebook ad that I was running was to my email list. And this is something that I did with my last shop launch that was super, super successful. So if you've never tried Facebook ads, you don't really know what you're doing with it, this would be the first thing I would tell you to do is if you're running a launch, run it to your audience that you already have, because you're gonna see way higher conversion rates with that and be spending less for people who are purchasing versus a cold audience who has no idea who you are. So you have to create a custom audience and be able to do this. So if you Google it, YouTube it, you can probably find plenty of information on how to do this, but that's how I did this with this Facebook ad. And in my last launch, what I saw was a really, really awesome conversion rate. I think I spent about $40 total for 5 days, and I had over $2,000 in sales from that. So I was really excited to be able to run ads again on this launch and just to kind of see how it was different. And I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to turn out because the main thing about the launch was my rebrand. It wasn't necessarily the shop sale or a specific product, but I was super interested to see if I could still generate some sales from Facebook ads. So as you can see, just glancing at this, per purchase, I spent $361. And this is from a variety of products, but the joyful posing prompts that I was pushing in the last one, that is one of my lowest cost items. And the only one that I have lower than that is my booking questionnaire, which is $9. So with this, most of my purchases are gonna be $27 or more. So that's, just thinking about that and keeping that in mind, paying $361 per purchase is pretty dang good. So I wanna break this down even more. It means I had 47 purchases total from the 2 days I ran the ad. So August 3rd, August 4th. Those are the only 2 days that I actually ran this ad. And I spent $170 total. And this ad, I'm gonna break it down even more right here. So when you break it down to the first day and second day, I scheduled these out so that the first day started in the morning on August 3rd, ended at midnight August 3rd. And then the second day started at like 12:01 a.m. on August 4th and then ended at midnight that same day. So again, it is a little bit tricky because you can't really test things. It's really hard. You can keep an eye on it as things are going throughout the day, but it is a little bit harder to test things and really get optimize the results. But what was really interesting to me initially looking at this is that my cost per result was a lot lower on the first day of my ad. I almost expected it to be more the second day, but for some reason I had a lot more purchases and I was paying less per purchase. Obviously it was still worth it the second day to be investing in those ads because it was still getting me results, but the first day by far I had way more purchases and I was paying less per purchase. And if we scroll over over in the Facebook ads campaign area to look at even more analytics behind these 2 days, it shows us what the conversion was and how much money I actually made from those results. So this is saying that I made $1,514 from running these ads on these days. So honestly, I am super happy with that, especially considering I spent $170 on these ads, and it's not as great of a conversion as the first time that I launched this, but I think the reason why is because, one, it's launching to a similar audience as some of the people that are on my email list had purchased these products before. It was the exact same products that I was promoting. There was only one new product, and not everyone's going to buy that product, right? So I'm still super happy with how this turned out. Spending $170 and getting $1,500 is still a really, really great conversion, and I'm really happy with that and how it turned out and how it really did help. So again, if you're new to Facebook ads or I don't really recommend doing them for your first launch ever. When I launched my first online course, I didn't run ads because I really wanted to get in the groove of launching something and knowing how that works before I threw in something like Facebook ads, because it is a whole nother thing to have to learn and to monitor and to incorporate into a launch when you already have so many things going on. But for me, incorporating it in my last launch and in this shop launch this shop sale with my rebrand really did pay out well for me, and I'm super happy with how it paid out and just super pumped about it overall. One thing that was really interesting about this launch that was different from my past launches is that I made the majority of my sales through my Facebook ads. If I hadn't been running ads, I would have been missing out on a lot of potential income from this shop sale. So I initially, without the Facebook ads, I made $1,066 all from organic marketing. And not that that at all is awful at all. And chances are some of that organic marketing, there probably could have been some purchases made that they just happened to see my Facebook ad first and took action on it then. But it is really interesting because my past launches, I definitely made way more from my organic marketing, and I think it's just something interesting to consider, especially as I go into another launch, and making sure that, one, I'm not just relying on Facebook ads to make all my money when I am launching something, and I'm making sure that I'm pushing it to my audience. But two, I think the reason why this is and why I had such high conversion rates with my Facebook ads compared to my organic marketing, how much I made from that, is because honestly, there's just so much going on with this launch. And the main thing about this launch was my rebrand. That was the main thing I was focusing on when it came to sharing about it on my social media channels, when it came about sharing about it on my email list. I did push out 2 emails on the second day, so on August 4th, one in the morning and one in the evening, more specifically about the shop sale. But what's really interesting is that it was primarily the majority of the money I made from this shop sale was through Facebook ads. And one, I am super grateful that I chose to run ads and to make that extra income. But two, I also just want to be aware that that happened and why that happened, and not relying on that in the future, and really making sure I'm still utilizing my organic audience. I think something that made this shop sale different too is because I had so much going on, I was really promoting another thing instead of this main thing, really promoting my rebrand and also sharing about starting branding photography, that I think just adding so many things wrapped up into this one launch did affect how much my organic audience was going to purchase from me. Another thing too that I think is really interesting, so with my last launch, I did do a lot of priming for my products. So when it came to launching all of my shop products, most of them I launched back in May, and I launched those and did a lot of priming to my organic audience beforehand. So I was sharing emails, Instagram posts, blog posts, YouTube videos, all of those things about specifically what the products were about. So getting people excited about me to potentially teach more on them and to want more information about workflows, want more information about posing and all of that fun stuff that was related to my shop products. But this time around, I really didn't do a lot of priming. I did a lot of hype as far as giving people a launch date and telling them that something new is coming and getting people to guess, kind of like I already explained in this video, but I didn't necessarily prime them in the sense of priming them on why they should be blogging and why blogging is important and how to do it and workflows and all of that. I wasn't doing that for my shop product, my new shop product, or even the products that I already had in it. So I think that did play a role too. And I think that's something that I would probably change in the future and do a little bit differently, is making sure that I am changing that up and making sure I am prepping my organic audience as much as I can to get the most out of that without paying for Facebook ads. So that's just one little thing I wanted to know. I am super happy with how this launch went, and I did have a pretty busy calendar leading up to the launch, and I am super excited about how my audience responded to it, regardless of the fact that I wasn't doing any priming and wasn't spending that time priming my audience, but that it still went so well. If you want me to do more vlogs on my channel like this, like recapping launches and strategy and marketing and all of that fun stuff, first of all, hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, please go hit it down there. I would love to just have you following along. It'd be super fun, and I am super pumped to be sharing more with you guys next time. So comment below, let me know that you love this video and that I should do more of them in the future. As always, if you have any questions about any of this or how I did any of this or how it works, drop them in the comments. I would love to just chat with you guys to answer your questions. And I'm just super excited with how this launch went, super excited with how this new brand is going to push me forward, and honestly just super grateful for all of your encouragement and support, and it really does mean the world. Bye guys.